Go ahead.
You asked what students are gaining through music education. Well, music education alone, it inspires kids and it gives them the tool. And we're talking about quality music education because there's music education and then there's quality music education.
Okay, you're going to have to define that.
Well, there, you know, like everything, we need to ensure that kids are getting quality education. So are the teachers and the teaching artists that we put into the school, are they qualified? Do they have the skills to relate to the children, to manage a classroom, to understand what the standards are so that the instruction is standards-based and there's a comprehensiveness to it and that it's sequential and that they're assessing the students. So we ensure that it's quality music education.
So that it's not just, the instructors are not selected simply because they know music.
Exactly, exactly. So our program also trains and provides ongoing mentorship throughout the year and a week-long intensive summer institute where our teaching artists have to come and receive training. And we actually pay them stipends to do that as well. But what Education Through Music LA does is we ensure that music education is part of the school day. And that is so important because we believe every child deserves a well-rounded education that includes music and the arts. And it's through music and it's through the arts that kids can build tools for, you know, left and right brain connections, that they can express themselves. It's an avenue for a lot of children to really shine and to become motivated. And it's fun, you know. And a lot of
so how do we help parents who are listening, watching, who often see education as basically reading, writing, arithmetic? I mean, you know, just sort of the standard, and don't quite follow the concept that the arts really helps children expand who they are. So what can you say that will help parents go, oh, never quite thought of that?
Well, I can speak about that as a parent myself,
okay,
as well as a professional and
okay,
someone who's been in the classroom as a teacher. So
no better expert.
I guess, you know, I will start as my experience as a teacher. I've taught for over a decade, taught over 500 kids in New York City inner city schools and here in LA. And, you know, you have to become educated as a parent as to what's going on in your child's education. Do you know what they're receiving in school? And if not, you know, maybe visit the child's classroom, ask them what's going on, and visit a music class and participate. You know, I've seen my students grow in building transferable skills in their cognitive development. You know, when we talk about transferable skills, it's, you know, let's say in math they have to learn how to sequence, you know, put in order 1 through 5. Well, music, those are the same skills they're doing. You know, put in order these notes. Do, re, mi, fa, so. Can they do that? That's sequencing. You know, we talk about compare and contrast, and it's something that all children have to do, you know, even in 2nd, 3rd grade. Well, those are skills that in music we are giving them as well. These are, you know, transferable skills that are so important that, you know, if it's couched in a music environment, a fun learning environment, kids are going to get it. It's going to reinforce what they're learning in math and in reading and in science. You know, music, you know, Plato once said that he would teach physics, philosophy, and music, but most of all, music, because in music and all the arts are the keys to learning. And, you know, that's what I've seen as an educator. I've seen my kids who had trouble reading become better readers. I've talked to class teachers who said that their children's focus has improved, their motivation has improved, that they can concentrate better, that they're more imaginative. You know, these are first-hand accounts coming from class teachers, and I've seen it myself. And, you know, as a parent, I have a 2-year-old, you know, I can sing to him, ba 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 ba, and he'll say, Beethoven. I mean, he's